My name is Cindy Cron, and I'm the North Coast IPM advisor. Today, I'm going to talk about how to use a model to time ground cover management for reduction of three-cornered alfalfa hopper in vineyards. The model was initially published in the Journal of Economic Entomology, as you can see in the research paper in the bottom left-hand corner. This graph represents the model. And what we're seeing, we start out with green dotted line showing the simulated small nymphs increasing over time. And as that population starts to decrease, it is being transitioned into the purple dotted line, which are the larger nymphs. And as that population starts to decrease, those numbers are reflected in these simulated adults in which they transition into. We expect to initially find the first generation adults emerging in the field between 3,137 and 3,447 accumulated degree days, and that is in Fahrenheit. This is represented in this yellow portion that is on the graph. Tilling recommendation is a time frame is actually in red. And this is when we have 25 to 80% of the small nymphs present in the field. So this period of time is the period of time in which we want to till under our ground cover, removing the food source for the immature stages, and the immature stages will die with a lack of food available. This supports this recommendation between 2,358 degrees and 2,817 accumulated degree days, again in Fahrenheit, that is highlighted in red. It should be noted, though, that we cannot look at the dates that are on this graph because insect development is largely driven by temperature. Some years are cooler, some years are warmer than others. So, say in a cooler year, we would expect this period of time to shift to the right. And in a warmer year, we would expect this period of time to shift to the left. And that is why we use degree days to determine when these immature stages are expected to be on the ground cover. Now, this model was also validated in Oakville, Calistoga, Mount Veeder, Hillsburg, Geyserville, and Glen Ellen. So now on to the page of where do you go to calculate your degree days and how do you do it? And this is a step-by-step guide on UCIPM's webpage. So you can go to this URL that's listed here, or you can go to ipm.ucanr.edu and you're going to search weather models, or I created a squisher and you can go to ucanr.edu/weather. This will take you to this page that you see on the left-hand side. You'll scroll down this page to view the degree day calculator. So here you see degree day calculator. You're going to click on this page and it takes you here in which you're going to choose Fahrenheit. You're going to then choose a lower threshold of 32 degrees, which is freezing in Fahrenheit. Now, that is for this model specifically. As you are calculating degree days for other purposes, your lower threshold could be different. But for this model, we are using 32 degrees. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you are calculating for degree days for other reasons, you need to know what your lower threshold should be inputted. And then you're going to click on Next at the very bottom. I'm going to choose the weather station that's closest to my office. But what you want to do is choose the weather station closest to the vineyard that is under consideration. So I searched Sonoma and these weather stations came up. I chose the one closest to my office. Again, you would choose the one closest to your vineyard and you're going to click on this. I clicked on Santa Rosa and then this new page comes up and it's going to give you the set time period. Now I'm going to look at 2024 because we are not yet in the range for 2025 as I'm recording this. So I'm going to look at when was that window that we should have tilled under for last year. You're always going to want to start with January 1st of the current year that you are looking at. And then you're going to set an end date to be whatever today's date is. And then you're going to press next. that you see in the bottom. It'll take you to this page. And now you have the option of choosing a backup station. So this is optional, but it is recommended because sometimes stations malfunction. You might miss partial day of data or no data for that day. And it's best to choose a station nearby that can fill in that data if your original station is missing data. This will help make a more accurate calculation. So I chose Windsor as the backup station, which is the closest one to the Santa Rosa one. And then I clicked calculate. Then it's going to spit out this report. And what you're seeing is the left-hand side, the date is increasing over time as you go down. And you really want to focus on this red box that I've created for accumulated degree days. So each day, as you go down, your degree days are increasing and they're accumulating over time from day to day. Now we want to till under the ground cover when the accumulated degree day value for today's date is between 2358 and 2817. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, you can download the report and then be able to view it on your desktop or laptop or on your phone. So that is always an option in this top corner here. So I'm going to scroll down to the current date, and I'm trying to look for 2358 to 2817 accumulated degree days. Now this dot is indicating a break in time between 5:04 and 5:15 because it wouldn't all fit on the same page. But we are looking at, okay, well, where is this 2358? Here we get to 2352, so we're almost there, and this is on April 30th. So this would be our beginning of the period of time in which tillage would be recommended. And then 2817, here we are right before 2817, in which the next day is going over that value. So our latest period of time would be May 18th for 2024 for this specific area. Again, this can change from year to year and does change from year to year according to the weather, whether it's a cool beginning of spring or whether it's warm. This value, this date is going to shift. But in general, it usually gives us about a 2.5 week window, which is something to keep in mind. So when you're looking ahead, when do I need to get a crew together to get out there to till? Well, you can look ahead days before and know, okay, well, on average, I'm accumulating between 20 and 25 degree days each day, and you can calculate ahead of when this window will occur, when you are about a few weeks out. So it's something to keep in mind. And with that, I do want to say that this is not an answer for everyone. The information is not meant to be anti-cover crops or legumes, of which both have amazing benefits to plant diversity, beneficials, and soil health of a vineyard. It is not meant to be pro-tillage either or a call to till. There are pros and cons to tillage that need to be weighed out before making any changes. If you already till, though, and Grapevine Red Blotch Disease is an issue in your vineyard, and you have TICA present, timing your tillage, a practice you already planned on doing, can help reduce your TICA populations. And with that, I wanted to give my email address, ccron@ucanr.edu, my page in which I post not only videos and flyers and newsletters is ucanr.edu/NCIPM for North Coast IPM. If you want to go directly to calculate your degree days, you can go to www.ucanr.edu/weather. And if you want to watch this video, you can go to www.ucanr.edu/TICA model for three-cornered alfalfa hopper model. So TICA model. Okay, thank you so much, and hopefully you find this informative.